Hello, the YouTube Careful site here. Sorry, the phone. Something happened with the phone. Now, in all seriousness, just caught a new episode on the Benet Ramsey case. And I am flabbergasted. I am just intensely, insanely shocked at what they came out with. And this supposedly was something with new findings or a father's interview. And if this guy ain't literally deranged in my eyes, oh my God. There was a lot of stuff in this new interview that was missing. That investigator that solved many crimes in the past walked off of this case. I thought they said he died, but I don't think he did. I think he just, from what I thought I could have sworn that guy passed away or something, but I may be wrong. But in this, they said he literally said himself that he walked off this case because of the simple fact that they are not looking at it in his perspective. Now he, which I give him full respect on, believes there was an intruder. Me, on the other hand, believe the parents did it in some form and fashion. But I give full respects for that detective because, hey, he solved multiple cases. But yet in this case, nothing. So he walked out of it. Because, right, they are overlooking his findings. And I took one picture off this whole damn thing. All right. I should have took a couple more, but this whole area right here is probably one of the most crucial and most important thing, one of them, I think, in this case. And I should have did a short video, but I'm getting friggin' copyrighted on crap. So it sucks when I try to want to make a point on something. But if you haven't, you should go watch the new, evidence and show that they have out. Some woman is a narrative of it. And they also are on ends with the ending of the show's findings and not this detective. Even though they give him full respect, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter how much full respect, they should be listening to him. But they're not. But I mean, yeah, there's something sinister, very sinister. And whether or not these people hired a person to come in and just went, and the things that have changed in this goddamn story. All right? And the three most important, crucial parts of this story are missing from this one. One is this, and that investigator, the top investigator, literally showed how someone could get into this window through the grate on the outside of the house, all right? So that grate not only had access, had a footprint out there. Supposedly there was snow, but no feet coming in. And then let again, how the hell was there no feet going out? But there was a footprint. And what I could say from that is that the person hopped on the grate, shut it, and jumped back into the house to make like an intruder. But the most important piece is this scuff mark. And like I said, I'm flabbergasted on this interview, man, and I want to punch the father right in the frickin' face. Yeah, there was a killer, but yet it ain't been solved. There's DNA, and that friggin' new DNA that solved the Golden Gate Bridge killer. You know, I'm waiting for that. That supposedly should be getting done. I don't know what's waiting or taking so long, but they have DNA, and there's another supposedly man that was in that DNA, but, you know, the biggest friggin' mistake, crucial mistake also, that was very important, you know, the number one thing, but it was not in this, was the idiot parents letting in everybody at the crime scene. Everybody walked in the house. Everybody was looking in the house. And when the law enforcement got there, they should have gave everybody the goddamn boot. Get out. But they didn't. And if they did, they waited too damn long. And I'm very infuriated with that piece, I can tell you that. That, to me, not sealing up a crime scene and these stupid parents letting the people on in. The only reason why someone would let someone in like that is to cover up something. Oh, we didn't know. We let people in. Yeah, okay. Covering up something is right. Another important, crucial thing in this case that was not in this was when and the father said it. And I'll get to this scuff in a minute, because I want to really let you know about this one. And I know I heard it. And I know it was there. And why it was not in this, interview, let alone in this Say So documentary. And the father in this new documentary, and I quote, said, oh, and this even gets better. And my wife was trying to argue the point with me the other night when we were talking about this, that they came home and went straight to bed. They went to sleep. Everybody was so tired from whatever they were at. But I'm going to keep you in full suspense, because now, it was known that they let people in their house, over 2,000 people. Now, if that ain't a friggin' cover-up for a scandalous, schemeless plan that is evolving for whatever reason, which I think, and I've said it in previous videos, I believe this mother was jealous of her daughter, because she was a model too, supposedly. But I think Benet, Ramsey, was stealing the show, making her mother look bad. And I think her mother got jealous. I think her mother didn't like being the sidekick and not being the headliner. That's my thought, theory, and idea in this case of why this poor little girl is dead. Now, 2,000 people walked through their house for Christmas. But think about this. If there was 2,000 people that walked through the house, you're going to tell me, right, someone had a chance to scope out this whole house. Which, hey, they probably could. Maybe could. But to scope out this whole house, to walk down in the basement, to find the door that was literally shut behind them, and made a good point in the case that whoever went in and murdered the girl, John Benet, walked out and shut that damn door behind him. Why? Because someone had a habit. What kind of killer shut the door behind them? Unless they were told to do it. Say so by by the payee, by the jealous, rampant rage person. But for someone to close a door on a crime, on a murder scene, let alone give us two shits about saying, well, I better shut this door. Maybe I'll shut this door and make it harder for the people to find. I don't know. Whatever was going through that person's mind, that right there, let alone, was like a red flag. But if you got 2,000 people walking through the house, and, what were they doing? I mean, they never explained what this walkthrough consisted of. Now, from what I can see in their little say-so commercial they made, oh, we invite you to our house. I would say they only walked through the house, looked at trees, presents to set up decorations, and then walked back out. But they never specified that. So if they're at fault, the parents, for letting loose ends, if someone did happen to say, oh, I'm going to kill this daughter, I'm going to figure out, what the hell is in this house. And anyways, why? And then you got the letters. I got to go over them again. They came back up again, and I got to go over them again about all this writing that was in these letters that matched the mother's handwriting. That was in this, but, they just made it look like, oh, this is impossible. Sticking up for the fact, are they? But what kind of person that wants to kidnap, ransom a girl, or whatever the hell it was, in them letters? At first it sounded like a ransom, but the kid's dead. How are you getting any money? It's like an insane twist to a, some bizarre case that someone stupid is doing all this. Someone has just got bad mental health problems that can't think right. And it reminds me of the person that goes up to a drive-through, orders, and I've seen this as a comical thing, but what if someone could really do this? And it reminds me of someone doing this crime right here, right now. John Benet Ramsey driving up, paying for it, and driving off. We paid for the food and drove off. That's what this crime reminds me of. Someone that effing dumb. So, just even think of the fact that I think this mother planned this gathering of 2,000 people to scheme a little plot, because it's just way too obvious. Way too obvious. And the father comes out in a new interview on this new show, new documentary, that they went to bed. That night they got home of the murder. Straight to bed and went to sleep. Watch it, listen. But, back in the day, and I remember clear as day is going over this, John Benet Ramsey wanted to eat something. John Benet Ramsey had an autopsy, and they found peaches in her intestines. So that means she ate something before bed. So how is the father going to come out with, oh, we went straight to bed, we were tired that night. And for people to say my wife or even my son did this, it's ludicrous. Crazy. Oh, okay. Well, here's a guy who moved on from his family and wife and child, and he's remarried, and he's got another sucker to brainwash of his ludicrous story. And anyways, until this DNA is solved, man, and it's that genetic, the family DNA stuff, and why they haven't done this yet is beyond me. You would think this case would be done before the Golden State Killer. And I want that done immediately. I want this done immediately. So I'm sick of this case being strand along of lies and BS. So we have the peaches in the stomach thing. Now we lead to this scuff. So that lead detective, the one that solved multiple cases, and he did a reenactment of saying, so for the people who think that someone couldn't crawl through this grate and get through the window, well, here it is. He crawls in, slides through that window, and hops on the floor. Keywords, remember, hops to the floor. How did that black mark get there? Now reverse it, twist it, rewind. He hopped to the floor, meaning his foot never touched that wall. Meaning that black scuff mark, to me, my thoughts, theories, and ideas is that someone, supposedly the suitcase is right there. Supposedly they were saying something about they were going to put her in the suitcase, throw her out the window, and get her out of the house. But they left her in the house. So why was the window open? And why was this never done? Someone get spooked? Or did someone couldn't climb out the window? Huh? Got their foot stuck? Try to climb up with no foot. I believe that's a shoe, sneaker, mountain shoe, whatever. But that's definite scuff marks of someone's foot sliding off the wall. And I don't remember hearing that head detective saying anything about it. But whatever it is, I believe that's a shoe mark. Someone climbing out. And that means whoever did it, I believe, was in the house. So two thoughts and theories. One, the head detective there, the main detective, saying someone did it. I could believe it. But I still believe it was the mother, let alone the father. And if it was the son, and of course, there's the father sticking up his son at the Dr. Phil, where smiling. Hey, he's a happy kid. Of course he's going to smile. He's happy. He's making up all this stuff for this kid. But let alone, who the hell does that? I know if I had a murdered person in my family, I wouldn't be smiling. I'd have my crazy eyes on and in a bit of rage. And if I had the opportunity to throw myself on TV and they would ask me the question, which has probably been asked a million times, to, people who lost their loved ones, the victim of murder, I'd be like, I'm looking for you. I'm coming for you. And if I find you, that woman, all I can do is, just go on with life. Yeah, that's not happening. Only an insane person will be smiling. Only someone that is incompetent or got lots of mental health will be smiling. And I don't know about this kid, but I can't say, I could say he had some issues. The way I've seen his body language, and I have my experience with mental health. I don't care what anybody says. I don't need a doctor's license. I don't need no psychiatrist, psychology license. You ain't known mental health from the books until you lived with it. Books ain't shit. Going into that mental facility, let alone living with it in your house, like moi. Yeah, that's right. I know hands on end what it is like to live with a pure, insane mental person. But things to think about. This scuff mark, the Peaches incident, which they went straight to bed. The 2,000 people covering up evidence, and that goddamn DNA. I hope that comes out very soon. Very damn soon. Because after this, I'm infuriated. That lady, that head great detective of all time, solving multiple cases, had to pull himself out because his case ain't going where he thinks it's supposed to be going. That's insane. I don't get it. So, whatever fantasy world this daddy's living in whatever fantasy world the justice system is laying out on the table for this one, folks, that DNA definitely needs to be tested. And until then, I gave you my thoughts, theories to think about, and why I wasn't in this episode or documentary is beyond me. And it just enraged me. It's sick. Just sick. But to the next video, folks. The only thing that lies out beneath this case is that DNA. And I hope they get it tested damn soon. Be safe. Take care. Out.